Manchester City and the Premier League are locked in another war of words, with both sides claiming victory in their landmark legal battle. Before we start, this video is not about the 115 charges that City are facing. That case is still ongoing. This is about City's attempt to overturn new rules launched in February relating to associated party transactions, which is effectively club funding via sponsorship deals with companies owned by club bosses. But written this afternoon by the Sun's chief sports reporter Martin Lipton, in a major rebuttal of the Premier League's defence of this case, 3 senior judges, including a former Master of the Rolls, which is basically the second most important lawyer in the UK, have now ruled that the Premier League's associated party transaction rules meant City were unfairly blocked from agreeing 2 major sponsorship deals. Lord Dyson and his colleagues ruled that current Premier League regulations, which do not require loans from major shareholders to clubs having to be declared as associated party transactions, are unlawful. They've also agreed that the element of the rules that prevented Man City from responding to the Premier League's decision over what was the fair market value of the 2 proposed sponsorship deals was procedurally unfair. But a number of City's other claims against the Premier League in its rulebook have failed, including that the league had wrongly applied its regulations. Still with me? So, this has left battle lines being drawn even deeper between City and the Prem, with the case into City's alleged 115 breaches of Premier League rules still being heard in central London. City were understood to be triumphant at what they believed was a huge victory in this case, with suggestions that the outcome was a massive blow to the credibility of the Premier League. But Premier League bosses have issued a lengthy statement in which they insist that they were the real winners, not City. The Premier League spokesman said that the tribunal endorsed the overall objectives framework and decision-making of the associated party transaction system. The tribunal upheld the need for the APT system as a whole and rejected the majority of Manchester City's challenges. Moreover, the tribunal found that the rules are necessary in order for the league's financial controls to be effective. City were absolutely furious when league bosses pushed through these rules in February, strengthening oversight of commercial deals at a fractious meeting of the 20 shareholder clubs earlier this year. Those rules aim to block clubs bypassing financial controls by earning unfair amounts from sponsorship deals by companies linked to an owner, or by signing a player for below market value from a club in the same ownership group, aka the City ownership group. In the tightest vote ever on record, the new rules were approved on a vote of 12 in favour and 6 against, with 2 clubs abstaining, meaning they passed with the bare minimum majority. That came despite clubs being informed that one member, which it swiftly became clear was City, had threatened legal action under the league's rules, allowing an arbitration panel. That panel, headed by former Master of the Rolls Lord Dyson, sat to hear submissions in June, and City argued that the new rules were anti-competitive, had been deliberately aimed at them by rivals, and were both flawed and politically driven, and they also questioned the cost of enforcement. Got it?